Biggest pet peeves is hair all over my table. I like to have like clean canvas when I'm doing my feet. Because again, I like my feet to be short. Can you guys hear me okay? I like my feet to be short. Can't hear me? Is that better? Okay. I know it's really loud in here. So when I'm doing my pad, again, brush all the hair down in between the toes. And I've already clipped with my, I've already done the pads with my other clipper. And I'm just gonna come and clean up around this whole pad. Okay. And I do that to all 4 of my feet. I find for me, I don't do 1 foot and 1 leg. I do all the feet. I do everything to the feet, and then I start my scissoring because I want to scissor into my foot. So if you can get in a routine of doing all of your feet first, for me, I feel like it saves me time. So again, trying to get those toes as short as you can and come around and just clean up all around that pad. And I didn't dig in her pads because I don't know her. So I just skimmed over the top of the pad. And I do the same thing, brush down, brush up between the toes. And I'm never holding my scissors this direction because this hair you want. So I'm just parallel and flush with the pad, just holding it. Right parallel with the pad. So now I comb all the hair down on all of my feet, and the first cut that I do is in front of the toe. And I'll take my scissors and I'll feel where that toe is. And so I come straight in front of the toe. And you can check your work and do it again. Again, combing is so important. I see so many people, this is what they do when, this is how they fluff up the leg when they're scissoring. They'll use their scissors. That's not fluffing up the leg. You want to be able to pull all of that hair up with your comb. That's how you're going to get a nice even trim. By using your scissor to comb up your leg, you're not combing anything up. I will, like I said, I will use my scissor to see where the foot is at and what I want to take off. And having that illusion in your head of what your finished product wants to look like, or what you want your finished product to look like, is very important. Sometimes we don't even know what we want the dog to look like. So again, I'm just going to find where that toe is, come right in front, and then I'm going to start to come and make that round foot. If you start here, I feel a lot of the times if you start here, you're going to make a pointy toe. You're going to make that foot look pointy. So by already starting to round it into that front, you're okay. This way is best for me. So I'm going to comb all that hair down. And if they're being antsy, I'll hold up the other foot. Find that toe in the front. And this is important, especially if they're a dog that's really easty-westy. You know, you want to be able to leave more hair here to give that illusion of a round foot. So you can correct that by leaving hair there. You're being such a good girl. And then I'm going to come from behind and go into that where I already made my line in front. And now I have a nice round foot. And I actually like to almost bevel my feet so that they're coming up. Not like you would bevel, say, a cocker or a poodle foot, but I do like to bevel that foot because now I'm going to scissor into that foot. Okay, so let's do this foot. And again, I'm just combing all of this hair down. And I'm going to find the front of the foot. And you can use curves, you can use straights, you could use whatever shear you're comfortable with. And I go right up to that toenail. That's why I like to get my nails very short. Okay. Now we're going to start scissoring her legs. And back to our spray bottle. This is a continuous mist spray bottle. And right before I start all of my scissoring, I'll give them a mist. I'll comb it once. And this comes out so lightly, you're not wetting your dog down at all. And I'll give these legs a comb. And you can see with her, because she does have some body and wave, it's mostly straight in her legs. So I'm going to comb all of this up. You stay. Good girl. Give this all a comb. And I'm going to take my straights. And I lied because we didn't even do your butt yet. Just very lightly over their butt. This is a 15 setting, really lightly. Clean up that nice and short. That's usually an area where most of our clients want that kept nice and tight. So what I'm doing here is I'm holding my tail up and I'm holding my shears at a 30-degree angle towards the hip bone. Okay, and that's how you're going to get this nice angle. And it's also going to make her tail set look higher. Then I find that pin bone, this bone right here, and she's got some waves and cowlicks. So don't work against this hair, work with it. Come straight down from that pin bone, right into where that leg naturally bends. And that's where you're going to angle. And this is pretty short back here. And I'm going to give it another comb because it's fallen, because it's straight. So again, don't force yourself to keep combing this up and cutting. You're going to have this much hair left by the time you whittle it down. So work with the hair. And I'm just going to make this straight, parallel in the back. So whatever is coming off to make that parallel, that's all I'm cutting. Okay, I might give it one more comb just to see. And I like to give their leg a little shake so that it naturally falls a little bit. And again, I'm following this parallel line straight down. Whatever comes off, comes off. Just because it's a little shorter hair doesn't mean I'm going to do that area shorter. I want a parallel line. We want straight columns. So if you can see from the rear, now we have that straight parallel line. So the same thing on the inside of the leg. Give it a comb. Because of this coat texture, it will tend to fall. And I'm just going to come in again and go straight down. And this is going to leave her legs slightly fuller. But once all of this hair falls down, it's going to look short because that's just this coat texture. You're okay, Smoke. And then, again, give it a comb, check your work, give it a little shake, and come straight down. And that's all I'm really going to take off. Now, she wants to lean that way. Will you guys go in front of her?
I'm leaving the washroom.
Okay. So the hock area, the hocks can be tricky because they fall too. And they're very straight. So depending on what type of hock you want to do, if you want to make more a rounder hock or if you want it straight down, I'm just going to come and take this straight off and angle it into the foot. I'm not taking too much off. That's it. And I'm not going to cut anything here yet because we want to give the illusion and shorten her up. We want to make her back shorter. So that's all I'm going to do on her rear.